The government has the responsibility to make decisions, even tough or unpopular ones. That was what Deputy Prime Minister Teo Hean said in response to a question on how big organizations can listen to people effectively at the 8th and final session of the Fullerton-SJI Leadership Lecture series on Wednesday.
After listening to everybody, you have to decide. You will please some people and you will displease others. And those whom you had to displease will say, "You never listened to me. You never consulted me." But it's not true. But the responsibility of the government is that sometimes you have to make a decision. Not sometimes, but you have to make a decision. And sometimes you have to cut down some trees because you need to widen the road. Sometimes you have to put a bus stop here in front of somebody's house because you need a bus service. It can't be that everybody wants a bus service but nobody wants a bus stop in front of his house. Then the bus will never stop anywhere. Right? It can't be that you want an MRT station, you want an MRT line but you don't want the MRT station to be built. Can't be. And it cannot occur in an instant also.
The Fullerton-SJI Leadership Lecture series started in January last year and saw 8 distinguished alumni who played significant roles in key aspects of Singapore's development share their experiences. DPM Teo, a former SJI boy, touched on the importance of having values to guide one in leadership decisions during an hour-long question and answer session with the 150-strong audience that included students, professionals and former SJI boys.
I'm very glad that Minister Hean has re-emphasized values in our education system, because I think that's the most important thing. And as a parent, having kids who came through their teen years, and for many of you who are coming through your teen years now, the thing which we worry most about for our kids at that age is that they grow up right. We don't worry so much about results, exam results, but we worry that the kids will get that right set of values when they're 14, 15, 16, 17. Those are the key years. And if they grow up with the right set of values and be good citizens, it doesn't matter whether they're a plumber or a chef or a general manager. If they grow up right with the right set of values, can earn a good living for themselves, look after their families, bring up their children for the next generation, I think as parents we should be satisfied and happy with that. So for the schools, I think schools like SJI have done a particularly good job with values education because that's an integral part of their mission. And I don't think it's so complicated or so difficult to discover what are good values and what are not good values. It's not rocket science. And I mean, the golden rule is a pretty good place to start. I mean, whether you take the positive or the negative version, do unto others what you want others to do unto you, or don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you. I mean, that's a pretty good place to start.
DPM Teo also emphasized the need for leaders who rose up the ranks through Singapore's meritocratic system to remain humble and be open to listening to others.
But the people who rise to the top in such a system on the basis of merit also have to understand and acknowledge that they have risen not just through their own individual effort, but it is also through the collective effort of others, through the collective effort of everyone who has contributed to constructing a system in which he has been able to do well and to excel. And therefore, a person who is able to achieve success, however defined in such a system, needs to be humble and to recognize that they are not the smartest guy around and that because of himself only he succeeded, but it is that he has had the benefit of a system and that he does not have a monopoly on all wisdom and knowledge, and that if he as a leader wants his organization or his country to succeed, that he cannot function in isolation, and he will need to draw on the pool of wisdom and knowledge and all the energies of the people whom he leads in his organization or in his country.
In the next 2 clips, we get up close and personal with DPM Teo in an exclusive interview where he opens up about his time at St. Joseph's Institution and his friendship with former Foreign Minister George Yeo.